Welcome to Guns 101, our video welcome to new gun owners. It's brought to you by the Self-Defense Radio Network. I'm Rob Morse from the Self-Defense Gun Stories podcast. My partners are Amanda Suffacool from Eye on the Target Radio, the guy behind the curtain there doing the heavy technical lifting. That's Paul Lathrop from the Polite Society podcast. We're really lucky to have Beth Alcazar with us. She's the senior training counselor at the USCCA, author of the Pacifiers and Peacemakers blog. She's going to talk about safe storage and staging of your firearm. She's also an author and has a book out. I think Amanda will talk about that. Beth, talk to us.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for having me. It's really great to be with all of y'all. What a fantastic lineup of people to speak with. This is great.
Well, I've heard you speak many times. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people in the last couple months that need to get into your classes. They're in quarantine and can't.
That's
what can we tell them?
Well, right now, I think more than ever, it's very important that we are very, very safe with firearms, especially those that are new firearms coming into the homes for new firearms owners. And for me, in my household, I think one of the most important things that we discuss is just the idea of communication and education. And I think especially with kids in the home, that's really, really significant. We have 3 kiddos. We have age 17, we have age 10, and age 6. So when it comes to conversations in our home, we are very, very open and honest with the kids. There are guns, there are steps to be safe, but also we want to make sure that they understand that this is a normal part of our lives. This is not something scary, it's not something strange, and it's certainly not something taboo. And honestly, I think that's the big point when it comes to safety in the home. You don't want to try to keep a secret from someone in the house. If you have purchased a gun for your own personal safety, for the safety of your household, have a sit down. Bring the family together at dinner one night or whenever it's convenient and just really talk about why you have that firearm and what you guys need to do to make sure everyone is secure, safe, confident, and capable around that gun. I know that for a lot of people, it's scary just because it's new. It's the unknown. And I know that even with my very own mom, one of the things I always told her is you don't have to be afraid of it. You just have to get to know it. You have to understand more about it. And she would always think, well, isn't that gun just going to go off by itself? And I would ask her, well, is that blender over there going to go off by itself? It's the same idea that if you're comfortable and knowledgeable, and maybe if you read the manual, you will understand all the settings on that blender, the chopping, the dicing, the slicing, whatever it does. And you will also be able to be comfortable and confident with your firearm. Read through that manual, make sure that you understand it, understand what, again, the whole process is going to be for the household, who is going to be that main person that's going to use it, and don't think that any secrets are going to be happening. If you think that you've stored that gun in a secret location, believe me, your kids know. So make sure that you take that whole idea off the shelf.
Oh, that is so true. The kids know. Kids are so inquisitive, and when you really talk about you and your house, they're there a lot. They have nothing but time and curiosity and boredom. That's a combination that says that they have seen everything that you've thought that you have tucked away, hidden away, put away. They know where it's at. There are no secrets with the kids that are in your house. And if you think there are, you're wrong.
Beth, wow, you said guns aren't a secret. Do you talk to your kids about mentioning guns outside the home?
That is such a good question and a great topic, Rob. And we've actually had some interesting scenarios occur. My son specifically has had apparently several opportunities or mishaps or whatever you want to call them. I would say when he was about 4 or 5 years old, there was one point in time where I think I was picking up my husband at the DMV, or there was something going on where I was at a building where there was a big sign on the door that said, of course, no Berettas. No, I'm just kidding. It said no guns. And my son, he looked at the sign and goes, "Hey, mommy, that means you can't have your gun with you." And I was like, "Oh, that's right, son. And what was your favorite dinosaur again? Let's talk about that." So I had to
exactly.
I had to do the bait and switch with him real quick, But what's really interesting, and here's a positive. Again, we try to make it normal in our home. We try to make sure we talk about safety rules a lot. We talk about the conditions in which the children are allowed to touch guns and when they're not. And of course, that's only when an authorized adult is around and helping them. But I think it was last year, my son was at school eating lunch with a friend and his mom happened to be there. And she asked him, "So, Ian, what does your mother do?" And it was kind of a loaded question, pun intended. And she kind of led him a little bit. "Oh, does she stay at home?" And my son was like, "Well, yeah, she's home a lot." "Oh, is she a stay-at-home mom?" And he goes, "No, she teaches people how to be safe with guns." And, we had never prompted him. Yeah, we never prompted him. We never quizzed him. We never told him what to say. So I think that just kind of lends itself to the understanding that if you are consistent with safety, you talk to your kids about guns, and again, you make it this normal part of your lifestyle, it's amazing the kinds of things they're picking up. Obviously, actions speak louder than words, and he's learned, thankfully, a lot of good things from the actions in our house.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. So what was her response to she teaches people how to be safe with guns?
She kind of made that face, she kind of sat back a little and her eyes got wide.
The oh face.
Oh,
you don't
yes.
Say.
Okay, so we've spoken to the family. What do we have to do to this brand new gun I brought home? And here it is in the box, but under the bed is not where it should be stored.
Right. Safe storage and safe staging, really two very important topics right now. And first of all, let's make sure we all understand the difference between the two. Storage would be for a firearm that you're not going to need right away. Maybe it's something that you're using for hunting. Maybe it's a competition shooting gun. Maybe it's just some collectible piece or something you inherited that you're not planning on shooting at any time in the near future. To store that gun means you're going to put it away for whatever that long-term or short-term process might be. To do that, you're going to make sure you've maintained that gun, you've cleaned that gun. You're not going to put it away dirty after 10,000 rounds have been through it. You want to make sure that it's going to be in a condition where it's not going to rust. So you're going to follow your instructors. You're going to follow your instructions or your manual to double check on that. And then for that storage, a lot of people just go with the traditional safe. They come in so many makes and models and sizes and prices, and they're kind of big, I guess, in most senses. If you think of that traditional type of safe that can hold long guns and handguns and passports, money, jewelry, whatever else you want to put in there, toilet paper. But
all your
there's
valuables.
Also a lot of all the valuables, right? But there's also a really cool line of safes right now that I really like because I'm kind of a Trekkie. I like Star Trek and I like all that high tech kind of innovative stuff. And I like to call them the smart safe options. So you have biometric safes that might use a fingerprint. You have the RFID safes, the radio frequency identity safes that you can use. Usually those are smaller. Oftentimes they are hands-free, easy to get into. And that's where we kind of cross over into this idea of staging. If you are staging a gun, you're going to need to get to it. You need quicker access. Maybe this is the gun that you need to use in case of a home invasion or if something goes wrong while you are at your place of residence. So those would be some ideas that you could keep in mind for making sure the gun is in a safe area where it's not accessible to your children or to unauthorized users, but it is accessible to you so you can get to it in that emergency situation. There's also some other cool options too, but those would be some of the main ones that stick out in my brain.
Well, and I think that that's a really good point, is that they can buy a lockbox, they can buy something to just lock a gun away, but if they want quicker access, they're going to pay a little more for that access, and they need to think about it as to where are they going to put it, how are they going to connect it down, where are they going to set, are they going to screw it to the wall? Are they going to cable it to a piece of furniture? What are they going to do to keep it so it doesn't walk away, yet make it so it's quick and easy for them to have the availability of it? And that security for a loaded handgun is absolutely critical in your house in my house and in every gun owner's house. So, folks,
Yes.
we've got Beth Alcazar. She is the senior training counselor for USCCA, and she's so many more things than that. But we'll stick with that for right now. I mean, Google her, look her up, because you're going to find out she's kind of a big deal. But we'll be back with more videos right after this.